Hello, hello, hello. I'm back again. Your main, the real Bill Real. Folks, I got a quick video for you. I know I say I always got a quick one, but this one is real quick today. Pull Russell Wilson, if I can talk. He is under the baby mama spell. Yes, I know all about it. I've been under it before. Yes, I'm talking about his fiance, none other than Sierra. Yes, the dancing, singer, okay, who has, had many boyfriends, many celebrity boyfriends, and she has a baby with the rapper called Future. He's a producer too. Well, I'm making a video to warn Russell Wilson about his recent engagement to Sierra. See, about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago or so, they had this very romantic, publicly, well, not publicly, but it was recorded. Okay, I guess one of them pulled out their camera, brought their phone, and recorded it. It was a very romantic scene, may I add, where they were at the beach. He got down on one knee. That was his first mistake. Okay, the man is not supposed to get on his knee for the woman. Okay, in fact, in her situation, she was supposed to get down on both of her knees and beg him to marry her. But anyway, he got down on his knees, on one knee, and he proposed to her, and she said yes. And in the camera, she was laughing, and she was ecstatic, and it really looked as if she was showing off, like the future, like look, see. The just go take a look at the video. I started to chop the video up, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm making the video because I see that old Russell Wilson is not listening to his accountant, his attorney. He's not listening to his advisors. He's not listening to some of the old heads, who I'm pretty sure have pulled his coat and said, hey, when was the last time she dropped an album? Really? That was 6 years ago? No way. No, it couldn't have been 6 years ago. No. Well, when was the last time she had a hit? So, uh, now, I'm bringing this up because she and Future have a child, okay? And I think the child's name is Future. As a matter of fact, it was really, really messed up because now, Russell Wilson's going to have to deal with, this guy's, stage name being called whenever, he's dealing with this child, and it's a constant reminder of her relationship with him. That's never going away. But anyway, we have a situation where he is not talking about getting a prenup. And it doesn't take a financial advisor to know that he goes into the relationship with more money and more to lose than she does. Okay, it's just simple, economics. Okay, simple math. All right, one person just signed a $60 million deal, and the other person hasn't really made any real scratch in a while. Okay, now I'm talking about them, because I've been in that situation before. Now, I didn't sign a $60 million deal, but I have been under the baby mama spell before. And it's a tough one, boy, especially when she has an adorable child, a son or something, or especially when you haven't had a child before. It's easy to kind of get attached to the kid and want to do some fatherly things with him. And we've seen the photos where old Russell is out, pushing him in the stroller and taking him out different places by himself, and it's really commendable that he's willing to step in there and be the dad, that the child needs. Although the child has a father, okay, who should be doing all of these things with him, all right. But I'm bringing all this up to warn Russell Wilson of the fact that that relationship between Sierra and Future is not over. I'm going to say it again. The relationship between Sierra and Future is not over. You want to know how I know why? Because they share a child. And they are going to share in the visitation, and she's going to drop the child off, and he's going to pick the child up, and he's going to get an opportunity to influence the child, and she's going to be talking about the father, at different times or whatnot. And Russell, I know you're in love with her. She's a beautiful woman. I will give her credit. She's a beautiful woman. Okay. Um, she's one of the black females that I think is attractive, and she has some things going for herself. Although I think her career is in the decline right now. But to go into this situation with another man's wife, that's really what it is. Whether or not we recognize this in today's society or not, but to go into it with another man's wife and attempt to create a family there, you're asking for heartache, buddy. You're asking for her to want that old thing back. See, females tend to say that they want a man to marry them, and I'm pretty sure at her age, okay, she already has the child, okay, and she's already fooled around with some guys, which is the reason why she was telling old Russell, hey, you're not getting any of the cookie until there's a ring on it. Okay, because she's learned her lesson. I mean, she's went out with Mari Stoudemire, Ray J, 50 Cent, Bow Wow. Okay, so she's been giving away cookie. So she's gotten to the point where she realized that, hey, you know what? There's no benefit here if I give away cookie and I don't get anything in return. All right. The only one who really had, the only two who really had some cake were, Amari and old 50. All right, and I guess they kind of figured out, she's a party girl, whatever. She has, a bunch of guys in her phone, you know what I'm saying? So they probably figured out that, hey, she's a female player. So that's the reason why they weren't interested in investing in her, like I told you guys in the last video. So up comes Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winner. He's rich. He's a handsome guy. I'll give it to him. And he's a little bit green. All right, and he's at a point in his life where, hey, he's probably had maybe 5 girlfriends tops. I mean, I'm probably adding 2 or 3 on there. He's probably only had maybe 1 or 2 really, but he's ready to fall in love and he's ready to get serious. And hey, I totally get it. It's understandable. It's the natural progression for men. Okay, especially once you've accomplished some success in the world. You want a wife, okay? You want a family life. You want to settle down and stuff, and it's understandable. However, he's making a huge mistake because not only do I know that the relationship between Sierra and Future is not over, I also know that she stands to gain quite a bit if things don't seem to work out, especially with no prenup. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go and take a look back at the previous relationships, Russell. I'm talking to you, dude. I need you to pay attention to this video. You have to go back and take a look at the previous relationships that she was involved in. And in those relationships, you have to ask yourself, why did these guys not marry her? Why were they not interested in investing? Why didn't they get a baby with her? Hey, why didn't they get engaged with her? These are serious questions that you need to ask. And when you get the answer back, you may not like that answer, but if you can answer the question honestly before you say I do, you can save yourself a nice chunk of change. Because I promise you that she will leave the marriage with no less than 25 to 40 mil. Yeah, of your money. And you've been out there getting knocked upside the head. You've been out there hustling, throwing the ball to get that money. All right? You've been leading your team to 2 straight Super Bowls in a row. That's been you, Russell. All right? She hasn't been doing any of that. She's just been, looking pretty on the side, bringing Future's baby to your games for you to take care of and act like it's your son. So you may want to think twice about this marriage. You may want to, I know this goes against your agreement, but you may want to give it a test drive. You may want to be able to test it out. Now, I know this doesn't go along with the thought, of, hey, you need to wait until marriage. But obviously she hasn't waited. Okay? So, you may want to be able to give it a little bit of time. I wouldn't rush into anything. In fact, I would stay engaged for about 6 months. I'd see how everything is. I'd hire a private investigator to find out exactly what's going on with her and all of her exes. I would truly look into her and put her under the microscope. Because there may be more there than meets the eye, Russell. I'm just saying. Don't let this woman open your nose up so wide that you can drive a tractor trailer up it, only to find out that she was just running game on you. She was just repackaging something that nobody else wanted to invest in, that nobody else saw the need to marry. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that she's not a good person. I'm not saying that she couldn't make a good wife. But the fact that she is already attached at the hip to another man through that child puts you at a disadvantage, buddy. It's a disadvantage that you don't really need to be in. When there are many women who come to the table with cake, who have accolades, who have accomplishments and achievements in the world, and they don't have another man's baby tagging along, which could prove to be problematic for you later on down the road. Yeah. So, I'm saying what I'm saying because I see that you guys, have, lots of photo ops out, and you're with the boy, and, you're really taking chances when you do stuff like that, because I don't know, I just wouldn't really want to be doing that with another man's son like that, like I said, I've been there before. I've had to be a stepfather to another man's son before, and it didn't end up working out so well, because a lot of times those fathers, they want to be in the way, so to speak, and they want to assert their dominance, and they want to make sure that they remind you, hey, that's my son, all the time, and that can be a bit bothersome, even for a man such as yourself, who seems to be even-tempered, and someone who has patience and is groomed and knows exactly what he wants out of life. So I'm just saying to you, you may want to get a prenup, dude. You may want to say, hey, you know what? Let me put a couple of stipulations in here. And if she says to you that there should not be a prenup, then that needs to be an indicator to you that you may want to think twice. You may want to think twice about marrying her without a prenup, because it could get messy for you. Just remember, she has everything to gain, nothing to lose. I can't say that about you right now, buddy. So, take this video as a warning, and I wish you the best. I'll be talking to all you guys later. Peace.